Hello and welcome to my channel. This is my first attempt at creating some YouTube content. It's for the people who might be interested in this build here, which is the triple jump Raven, which of course is a standard Raven with the jump unit attached. The Raven is is a bot that I had put away in favour of I think I was running a Ravana like everyone else, but I brought this back into my hangar because it's just tremendous fun. So it's not the strongest bot. There are flaws and criticisms. If you've got an opinion on the Raven, I would love to hear it. Give me a comment on this video if you so desire, and let me know what you think. So this is the build here. It's the Atomizer Quarker. I'm just running an armor kit and a last stand, and of course the jump unit. There's the pilot skills. There's some max tier stuff there and stuff that is handy for the Raven on this build, but by no means no maxed stuff, no Mark II or anything like that. So the purpose of the video is just to do a minute of footage on most of the maps. I think I got all of them yesterday, and just to give you an idea of some strategy, I guess, if you're planning to run this build or something similar. For Springfield here, it's great just for getting on one of the two home beacons, either left or right. If you're feeling aggressive and you've got a bit of a flavour of where the Reds are going to go, you can challenge for one of their beacons straight away if you're in the right place on the map, or you can just be patient and challenge later on in the match. But as long as you've secured the beacon or one of the critical beacons, you've made a good contribution to the match and put yourself in a fairly strong position. Now, when you get on a beacon, the bot will go down pretty quick. If you run jump unit, you can't run last stand or anything like that. So you've got to be prepared to let the bot go and spawn him with something else pretty quickly. Okay? I generally spawn him with the leech next, and away we go. But I don't want to show you too much footage of the rest of the games because we won't get through all the maps. So here we are on this Dead City map, isn't it? Left or right for this one. I mean, I wouldn't bother with the centre beacon straight away. I think that's a mistake. If you've got teammates going left and right, you can wander. Towards the left, I think is the best strategy for this build. Because what you can do is have a pop at the guys in the centre. You've got good range with the Quarkers and Atomizers, and if that's not working, or if you see an opportunity like this one, you can do the double jump, use some power cells, and they won't expect it. In the first minute of the game, they certainly won't be expecting a bot to be on one of their home beacons, and certainly not anything with with half decent weapons, which these sort of do. So. You can see this sort of has left us in a strong position for this one on Dead City. Dreadnought is a great one. You can go left or right. Okay. On this occasion, I went right, and it hasn't worked out that well, to be brutally honest. There's a bit of a spoiler for the next 15 seconds of gameplay, because there's a leech over there with pulsars, and you see in a second he's just dropped in. He's seen me. He's at well over 500 meters, and he has blasted into me, locked me down, given me another blast, and 3/4 of my health is up in smoke. This is a good strategy, and it's a great bot for grabbing one of these two beacons left or right and then sniping at whoever's coming towards you. And the closer they get, you can just hold your button on the Quarkers and the Atomizers, and it doesn't matter if they lose their accuracy, you'll still do a fair bit of damage on the way in. Like I say, you can't get too attached to this build because it won't last long. Once they know you're at a Raven, you've got a Raven, especially in sort of this league, they will jump in and they will toast you pretty quick. So you've got to be prepared to drop that bot, retain the beacon, and then go and help your teammate out with whichever other bots are in your hangar. Canyon's a really interesting one. Now look, you can see, if you're watching closely there, and you can see a little fault with some of these maps, and this is a bit of a bug, and I'll make a note to notify Pixonic when I can think of it. But if you jump too high on some of these maps, you get pulled down. This hasn't always been the way, but I think with the last update it's got a little bit worse on maps like Canyon here, and also on Carrier it's just woeful. I've slipped in a bit of footage on Carrier map as well, but it's just, the pull down is just woeful. It's a shame because it takes all a lot of the benefit away from this build. On Canyon I really like going for the bridge, and then sitting under the bridge and using my lovely 500 meter range to be as pesky as I can to the Reds, and help my team out that way. But it is great, this build is great for just getting around the map to wherever you think you're most useful. Okay, you've got an incredible speed. If you do the jump unit and then your own jumps, you are flying at well over sort of 100 kilometers an hour or something insane anyway. Be great for someone with that sort of mathematical mind to do the sums, but it would be a tremendous speed with the triple jump. So I'm just doing a couple of Canyon ones here because this is the other strategy, to go to the center, challenge for the center. You'll almost always get it, but your bot will go down really quickly because the other guys will also be challenging for the center. So you can snipe back to the bridge and these sort of places, but inevitably you'll get toasted pretty quick if you go for the center. And then likewise, this last bit of Canyon footage is just a game where we're demonstrating where we go to one of their home beacons. And look, you can do that too. That wasn't a perfect jump. I could have jumped a bit better than that, and I could have landed on the beacon instead of taking a couple of steps towards it. So I didn't actually win this beacon, but if you have a look at the map in a second, you can see that I've still put the team in a really strong position. And you use the rest of the bots in your hangar, you've sacrificed the Raven, but you're in a strong position and away you go. Now power plant, look, you'll see a bit of pull down here if you watch closely. Up we go and down we go. Do you see that? So look, that hasn't always been the case, and maybe if Pixonic's paying attention, or if I can let them know somehow, it'd be great to take that out of there because it is a shame. If you start from where the Reds have started, you've got heaps of options for this map. You can challenge for either of the two beacons on that far right hand side, or you can challenge for this beacon, or if they're asleep at the wheel, you can challenge for this beacon and then go for other beacons. But this is a great map for this build. You'll have a lot of success in setting up your team really, really well for having a good game. Power plant is a great map. I think everyone loves power plant. It's good fun, really good fun. Just having a crack at this Ravana here. This build is great for Ravanas if you can keep your distance, because they're all running shotguns, of course, or Coronas or something where they can run into you and really close the gap and then blast you. You can keep your distance and just keep plugging away at the Ravana, and when he's using his ability, that's when your weapons are cooling down. You can pick them off pretty good. I don't know if I've got any factory map, but factory's a great one for getting on that, one of the sides of the factory map, and then just taking health out of Ravanas when their ability is down. And they'll get a nerf soon too, and won't be able to capture beacons, which is great. Great for us who have retired our Ravanas and gone back to fun bots. I think it's going to make the game a lot more fun. This map, I can't remember the name. I call it Rome. I'm sure it's got a better name than that. But this left-hand side is key. If you can catch this one with your triple jump Raven, it gives you opportunities then to go and be a real menace on their home beacon. Again, they won't expect you this early in the game. We're not even a minute into the game, and they've got an opposition on their home beacon. So they're panicking. You're drawing all these guys away from the center. You're giving your team a lot of breathing room, and you're capturing your beacon as well. So with this build, a lot of times you're not going to be the guy who does the most damage. You're going to be the guy who's really useful, and you'll get good positions with honor points and that sort of stuff. But your damage will be down, your bot will go down really quick. So make sure that the rest of your hangar has got some brawlers and you know, something that can be useful once the game is you know, underway and sort of starting to settle a bit. Shenzhen's another good one. You know, left I think is generally better than right. Although even without the triple jump, you can jump over that building on the other side of the map if you just take a few steps towards it. If you use the triple jump on the other side, you end up overshooting. So this is definitely the side. Or you can just stay in the home one and snipe for the middle. Until it looks clear, and then make a move if you think the reds are sleeping on either the left or the right. I wouldn't go into the middle with the Raven, to be honest. It just won't last. It'll go down like a sack of spuds, and that'll be it. Now this one, it's got a very complicated name, Yamazan or Yamazani or something. Apologies for my lack of you know, knowledge about what the maps are called. But this one, no other map is like this. For the importance of that center beacon. Okay, if you don't get the center beacon on this map, you're just going to be left sniping or trying to do something clever to try and get one of their other beacons. It's just a really difficult map if you don't get that middle beacon. So, you know, super important. The triple jump Raven will do it, of course. That's what the video is all about. But you've got to have a good team that are following you. If they see you jumping into the middle and they hang back and be lazy, then this is what will happen. And it's almost a pointless exercise because the Reds have got it back and there's not enough of us to sort of take it back again. If that's the case, you know, it won't work. And then again, if the spawn is all Ravanas. And the game at the moment is just full of waves of Ravanas, is it not? Anyone playing in sort of Champion League or anywhere really, you'll see waves and waves of Ravanas. So quite pleased they're getting a nerf soon in the interest of balance and common sense. Apologies for the additional footage on this map. I didn't realise that it was going to go that long. But I've only got limited time, so I'm going to probably just keep this footage and hopefully this doesn't drone on too long. Especially seeing we're not winning. There we go. Yep, so I should have edited that. Apologies for that. Look, I think this is the last map. It's Carrier, and I really just wanted to show you the big sort of fault, I guess, with and I'm not even going to use the power cells. I have run out of power cells before. I'm sitting at 40 now. Which is comfortable, but I am thingy about using power cells if I really don't think it's an advantage. So you can see the pull down with Carrier. You jump, something pulls you back down to earth really quickly. But again, it hasn't always been the way. You know, you used to be able to get right into the center and get there really quickly. But hey, if you get to this beacon, you're still going to be really useful, just popping away, and especially in this sort of Ravana day, you know, it is the day of the Ravana at the moment. Getting into the middle, you're just going to get smashed anyway. So probably you're even more useful sticking on a beacon like this and sniping away into the middle. Look, so that's basically it. Thanks for watching. If you've got this far, do leave me a comment. If anything's of interest, I'll of course respond. Leave a thumbs up or a like or whatever you do to acknowledge your thoughts on the video, or a thumbs down if you think it's rubbish. That's fine too. And then I'll just leave you with a little bit of gameplay on Moon Map, and hope your day ends well. And thanks for watching.